comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. There is no glory in winning with the borrowed blade. All these truths the emperor decrees. None are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition? Be aware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. Beware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. The weary traveler draws close to the path. There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear. All these truths the emperor decrees. None are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition? Beware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. To strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. There is no glory in winning with the borrowed blade. All these truths the emperor decrees. None are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition? Be aware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. There's a golden door. He will meet you at the labyrinth and make you cross his path. traveler, the weary traveler draws close to the path. There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear. All these truths the emperor decrees, none are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition? Beware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. To strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. There is no glory in winning with a borrowed blade. All these truths the emperor decrees, none are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition? Be aware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. Beware. A golden door. Ooh, Izarro, Izarro. Ooh, Izarro, Izarro. He will meet you at the labyrinth and make you cross his path. Can you make it out alive, or will you fall for his trap?
Good morning, guys. Today's stream is probably going to be a little bit shorter, probably about 2 hours, but I wanted to get this going here. The Mobalytics guide has been updated with the Crimson Assault variation, and just so I know a few people watch the VODs, we'll go over the gear the warrior's going to be running on here real quick. So I am on the two-handed version. I do have a recording of this mace craft, so when I get the video guide out, I'll post that. In the meantime, I might just upload it as a unlisted video for you guys who want the link to how to craft this. I'll put that in the description after the video ends. So on constricting command, we're using the brass dome for our body armor here. Rings here is just still life, resist, some strength in here, and then the important part is the leech. Shield, we're using an in-game shield here. This is one I crafted in the first week on my druid. And then Mage Blood here. My Mage Blood is not exactly what you would want. You would probably want one that has attack speed, so that'd be a Silver Flask in here too. Right now mine is just movement speed and resists. The chaos res is nice, but the other stuff here you can actually see I'm overcapped on, so I don't really need that. I just haven't spent the time or the divines to re-roll this. Gloves, this one, an ideal craft would have a fractured plus levels down here, but you can get some very nice gloves. Right now this one breaks even about with the +2 level gloves that you would normally use, but it will cause more damage for the heralds because it has more ailment magnitude and deal damage faster up here. So this is what we're using. I've spent about 150 chaos just trying to roll these into plus levels, and I haven't hit it yet. Boots, still just the same boots, and then charms, nothing special yet, but if you have some of the unique charms, the really expensive ones, you can throw them in here too. So that is pretty much it. We are on Crimson Assault here, so I won't spend too much time on the passive tree itself. But you go down here, and then we mostly just travel around the outer edges. You pick up the surrounding nodes where you need to. Bunch of ailment stuff over here. Come up, pick Crimson Assault, ailment stuff, and more ailment stuff. The outline of this tree is not my idea. Some warriors on PoE Ninja started doing it first, and then this is just kind of my version of it. So my version does keep the Nebulock, so we have some weapon swap points still for the crit damage stuff. And I do that because I like spending in weapon set 1 more points, so we can still get some of this movement speed stuff here too. Because you can see with some jewels in here, you can get these up to like 5% movement speed on each of these small nodes, so they're pretty good. But let's go ahead and jump into maps here and get going. The build is at the point where it can start doing some of this higher difficulty content, including Delirium. This first one we'll start off here is probably more juice than I've done on some other ones, but I wanted to see how it would go. I have been running Delirium, but mostly just on not T16 but T15s, and then this one does have a bunch of stuff. We're going to be doing Doriani, so we have extra effectiveness. It's going to be irradiated too, and then 10% chance for Master Axe spell just because I'm trying to path out here and find stuff, and then Cleansed or Corrupted here. So that's what we're doing, and let's get going. How are you guys doing this morning? Are you still on the warrior, or you guys started your other characters yet? I got that Mobilix guide finally updated with the Crimson Assault last night. Been kind of, I feel like I've been running behind and putting that together. But the good thing is with that being done now, I don't think the Mjolnir is too far behind, and I should be able to jump on that here pretty shortly. So we did run the 3 Delirium tablets in this, so it is the same difficulty as it was before they dropped that patch the other night. And it should ramp up here as we get going. So we are on the item or monster level 82 map. But as we get farther in the map, oh, fracturing, that's nice. As we get farther in the map, the difficulty should keep ramping up. If I can get a one of the maps here with some high density, monster density in it, that'll really show off where the build's at with its power level now. But you can see the nice thing with the brass dome and us being still taking those increases in armor. We can do this, and we're not in danger of our stun threshold in that bottom left really building up. Occasionally you do have to watch it, but for the most part, it's not going to reach the top there. Let's see, where are these rogue exiles? I know they said they fixed it where they're not popping off the screen as much, but still way off the screen when that health bar appears. Right now the warrior feels better just because the Mjolnir druid is not fully finished. I have the core put together, but he still needs like 1 or 2 pieces to really get going. The one concern I still have with them is in content like this, where you're running into melee, because he's not stacking armor nearly as much. Well, you're getting lots of divines from these Delirium. because he's not stacking armor as much, he does run into more stun threshold problems, but usually he just kills everything. Pull this guy out of the cloud here. There we go. One more. A bit out of practice from splitting my attention streaming. Been gone for a week. All right. Go back up here. I think I'm running myself into the wrong corner there. Let's see. I think we're actually down here is where we need to go. And if you haven't seen Mage Blood footage, that's why we're running so fast. But I do, as I showed on the passive pre, still put a priority on keeping some movement speed on the character too. So you can see the boss damage is pretty good there. But even just resonating on rares is going to take him down like that. And if you're doing other content, like you're doing rituals without Delirium on stuff, it just melts everything. We can use some of those maps here too on the stream. But with all this armor, even though we're only on 2500 life, it is pretty smooth, the maps. There are a couple of things you got to watch out for. Watch out for degens and everything, but for the most part, hit damage is not bad at all when you're running this much armor. Let's see. I still can't see these guys with everything going on the map. They just go invisible to me. I know they said they addressed that in the patch, but it doesn't seem to make a big difference. And I meant to update my loot filter before started stream. So we hit the DR there, but when you don't hit the DR, it just does that. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is in a this is in one I have to build up the Simulacrum is, and I thought I could just end it. All right. Well, let's just move on to the next map then.
Go on.
Got 3 raw divines out of that. That's not too bad.
Have an order? Check back soon.
I'm trying to do some of these that have the Delirium Fog and the Cleansed on top. Hoping we can get some more Fracturing Orbs. Oh, and I got the wrong tablets in here. I need to do this. Yeah, there we go.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you can see at the start here, it's just when you get the pack density, it just blows everything up. You know, except for that guy. I was running some of these Delirium maps last night. You definitely notice a difference in both the drops and the density it adds in maps from their patch last night. Let's see, where are we going? This map always gets me lost. You scale damage with plus levels, the armor value on your shield, and then the third one is magnitude of ailments you inflict. That's particularly important when you want to ramp up like this and start having the Herald Chain do more damage.
Your mark is gone.
And you can see I'm doing Delirium. He's going to be constantly yelling at me for being out of mana. So I am on a setup that just uses Mana Leech and Mana on Kill. We are not doing Blood Magic. If you really want to, you can go to Blood Magic doing what I'm doing here, but you do have to spend a few more points on the passive tree to pick it up. So the percentage increased cast damage does, like if you're talking about like this stat up here, like this, you can roll this on rings. It does help it a little bit because we get some added chaos damage, but generally speaking, it's not strong enough to be like something you chase. So it's not a big deal if your ring doesn't have that. Mine don't. You can see that here. My rings I haven't actually upgraded for a while. They're just covering my life and resistances and the leech. That's basically it. There we go. A little bit of delay on opening that map there. And I'll have a new video out sometime in the next week. I'll probably do a bit of work on it today. Last night, I recorded the crafting section for the two-handed mace. I mentioned at the start of the stream, but I'll post that as an unlisted video and then link that in the description after this live stream ends. I'll also post it in the Discord. There's a small Discord channel I started. If you guys have any questions or need help with the builds, you can join that. And that'll have a link to the crafting guide there as well. But when it's the full video update for this build is done, it'll be in that too. Unfortunately, it's just a thing where, because it's just a hobby for me, I really only have time to work on it. My days off, it's probably going to be several days out earliest, and it could be up to a week. I kind of don't know how that's going to land. But the Mobalytics I do have fully updated. I did that yesterday. So if you want to do the in-game version like I'm doing here, that is available to you. Yeah, so there would have been no way you could have probably done a map like this last league with the build. So I do have to say, whoever first came up with this Crimson Assault, very smart. Because you're going the high armor route on top, or at least that's what I'm doing, and that allows you to do the Delirium with all this pack size, because last league you would have just got heavy stunned almost instantly in these type of maps just because they're dealing so much damage. But armor lowers the hit damage, which lowers these stun threshold damage you take.
Come get me. Let's see if you are as strong as you pretend.
What do you mean the wall? You mean the shield wall? It doesn't have to be far. It's actually better if it's close, because you're using close combat in some of the setups. The only time you want to have it far is if you're trying to like snipe one of the Abyss rares with it, trying to get them to drop their Omen Lights.
Ready? Let's do this.
Oh, got a mirror thing down here, I think. Yeah. And another one. Alright, let this guy do his stupid AoE and then we'll jump in. Yeah, hit the DR there. If you don't want to do the Nebulok version, you can absolutely at this point just use your two-handed mace with all the plus levels and not worry about the charges. Like I said, I just like doing this still. It's more active, but it lets me move around the maps a little bit faster too. Oh, is that good? That is good, right? Let's see, what is that? 2.4 divs, not bad. About 3 divs in that map again.
What's new?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will prefer going the life route. I just think if you are pushing min-max and if it's not a bother to you, staying mana is how I prefer to play it. I don't know if I have it in here. Oh, never mind. I was going to say you can pick up blood magic with the jewel that drops from at 0-2 and just slot it in if you feel like going blood magic. Crimson Assault is not required, but if you're trying to do stuff like this, it definitely makes it easier. Like on the other one, you could kind of do the high Delirium, but it's always going to feel smoother when you're doing more damage. So picking up the two-handed instead of the one-handed, and Crimson Assault just giving all that extra magnitude on your bleeds definitely helps. But when you're first putting it together, I think you want to stay on the normal version I have until you feel like you really want to push it. Like, as long as you're not doing, like, juice Delirium content like this, I think you'll be fine. Like, and I haven't tested it after the patch, because I've just been doing the 3 Delirium tablets, so it's the same difficulty as it was before, but they did lower the difficulty of Delirium again. Oh, yeah, it's just a skin over the shield. It's because I stole it from my my druid, and he was decked out in like a Calguran armor set, so I just threw this on. It's a skin transfer. Other than that, I don't have any microtransactions on. I kind of like some of those, but I usually don't bother too much with that type of stuff. I really don't like how when you're in this style of Delirium, how it drops the splinters one at a time. It's pretty annoying. I don't even know if they're worth picking up anymore because the price on them has fallen a lot since the patch last night. Yeah, so you can see as you get to, we're at 124% Delirious now, you can see they are starting to get a bit tankier. But because we are Crimson Assault, have more overlaps and more damage from the Herald chain, it still will work. You can see we're taking some hits. That's usually when you see me take a big hit, it's because I've dropped my shield wall in the middle of the pack. If you wanted to be safe, you would just keep resonating and let it kill everything. But shield wall will kill the rares sometimes a lot quicker. Yeah, this level of nonsense going on the screen is pretty close to some PoE 1 levels of crap. I'm not sure how I feel about that sometimes, but it is a little bit of fun. Alright, got the boss here.
My kin died by the spirit's will. You'll die by mine.
The armor on my shield is around 1950. So it is definitely an in-game shield. You don't need to go quite that high to start the Crimson Assault. But at this point in the build, I am just pushing it as much as I can. Alright, so we got I probably should have headed that way first. So we got a Simulacrum here. I have not done an actual Simulacrum after they made the change. So let's head there because I want to see how that plays. And so we are doing this whole map here. We're at 200% Delirious. And we are running the triple Deli tablets, so this is the max difficulty on it. Got another invisible rogue exile there.
Just keeps getting stranger.
I'm not going to be paying too much attention to loot that drops. I meant to update my filter before the stream and kind of forgot to do that. So it really needs to be on higher strictness at this point. Let's see, what do we got here? We can do that. On the Expedition Remnants, you don't have any problem with them, but sometimes they do spawn far away from the Remnant, which is what you see happening here. There's that one little guy, that little guy, and so it can be kind of annoying just on any melee build that's not, like, even though it's clearing like 75% of the screen, unless it's 100%, Remnants can be a little bit frustrating. No, actually, in most cases, Headhunter is probably going to win out when you're just doing mapping. But I just prefer the consistency of Mageblood, and it's also what I have, so I don't have a Headhunter right now. Alright, got I think 1 or 2 more waves here, and then we're done. But if you don't have either of those belts, you can just use Ryslotha's Coil. That is still a very solid and high DPS option. Ryslotha's Coil would actually be more DPS than what I'm running right now, because my Mageblood, 2 Divines is pretty good. My Mageblood just has resist and movement speed, nothing else on it. Let's see, I think probably down here, right? That's partly why I'm so fast. Well, it's the biggest part, but we are picking up a lot of movement speed from other sources too. I've started to try to remember to always do these monoliths here just because there's a rare chance they can spawn the anomaly bosses. The nice thing about this build is all these ground effects and stuff, when you're holding Resonating Shield, you just block them all, so they're not even hitting us. I know some of you guys who've come to a couple streams now already know that, but for anybody who's watching the VOD or unfamiliar with the build, that's what's going on there. unfortunately, we do have temporal chains on this map, so we are moving a bit slower than we otherwise would be. And blow them up.
Comfortable with killing.
All right, got one more map here to go, and then we'll be hitting that Simulacrum. Looks like I'll be out of these tablets here, so that'll be good timing on that. I know they changed Simulacrum. I'm guessing nobody's figured out what the best way to run it, because there's like 3 choices now or something in between each wave. Let's see. This is going to be... I haven't run one of these in a while. This map is usually pretty high density. Has a lot going on in it. Yeah, the build is solo self-found viable. Now you probably won't be able to push it to the level that I am here, but I've had a number of people have done it solo self-found. Ooh, got a nice remnant there. Hopefully that's something good. Alright, what do we got here? Ooh, okay. This right here, it's probably not going to happen, but if it rolls the belt, there is a pretty good chance it's a Mage Blood or a Headhunter. I also don't have any revives on this map, and it's pretty difficult, so let's see. Where's my button to activate it? Am I going crazy? Yeah, I don't see the button. Normally there's the button down here. Oh, I'm just being dumb. It's over here. It's one of the detonation ones. Yeah, active block builds are insane once you figure out a way to make resonating actually do damage. So let's go straight over there and wish me luck here. This is the second one of these I've had this league. The first one didn't drop anything good for me. It is a very, very unique item, but it was not one of the good ones. It's more likely you find these in the expedition. I'm actually a little bit surprised I found one just mapping here. And I really wouldn't want to do this in Delirium because that difficulty is kind of going to be insane. But that's where we found it, so that's what we're going to have to do. Yeah, so I am playing it a little bit more safe. We're trying to not drop down the shield wall when we're in the middle of the crowd there, because that is a little bit dangerous. When you're holding resonating, you're generally safe, but when you go down to, let's see, we got something that's hiding there, all the way over there. When you go down to drop your shield wall, that's when you're in the most danger. Oh, see? And that was also, I think I hit one of those explosions by rolling through there. Yeah, no mana. All right. Let's see what we got. Yep, no mage blood for us. I don't think these are going for anything, are they? Yeah, unfortunately not this league. I mean, it is very rare. It's just there's a lot of not so great, very rare items. I do not recommend doing remnants at 200% deli. That's a little bit stressful. Oh, come on, just jump down there. Fine, we'll take the stairs. I'll check. I don't even know, because we pick up some block just from travel nodes on the tree, but it's not something we seek out. Let's see. 37 without resonating.
Good news for you.
Okay, and we're at Simulacrum now. How safe do we want to be on this? Screw it. We'll just do 0 revise and send it. So I think they changed this. It starts at like 100% delirious now and ramps up to 200. And then there's something about like there's 3 different options you can pick from in between waves. I have no idea which is the best one for loot or any of that. Looks like we don't have any options on the first wave here. Because to be honest with you, like Utopia, the only time it's useful is when you get heavy stun, then it is pretty nice to have. But I just think having Ignite and Freeze immunity a lot of times is better. Like, those 2 things can absolutely kill you. But even in the in-game guide, I put 4 Utopia in there because I know a lot of people will prefer that. Yeah, that's a little bit noticeable of a difference, but not too much. Alright, so here's the new thing. What do these do again? An additional boss, monster packs, and modifier. I would guess like some combination is probably the best. You probably don't want to stack. It would probably be, if I have to guess, like bosses and modifiers would be the most rewarding. Yeah, it's not too bad, and then that is a lot of the reason why we do want attack speed, is so that when we do drop our shield wall, it comes down quickly. If you have a super slow shield wall, it just feels really bad. Okay, be curious to see what this is like at the end here. It's probably going to take a few more waves to feel much of a difference. So let's go ahead and add a boss.
He started building one.
Oh, it's like just a map boss. I thought it'd be like one of the deli bosses. It definitely has higher density even at this wave. Oh, what did we get? Ooh, nice isolation. Okay, next. Let's do escalating again.
Abandoned them. Her heart was broken before it was stabbed.
I have no idea what it's actually adding. Got 65% more effectiveness, so that's getting up there. Let's do a boss again, I guess.
Answers about your past.
And then probably modifiers on the next couple.
Answers.
Alright, where is he? There's so much crap going on the screen now that I have a hard time finding where they are. I'll pick that up even though it's worthless. Modifiers.
Trust in you. His power wanes and he shrivels to nothing.
Come get me!
There has to be some of these bosses that would still just one-shot you if they catch you, so... on some of their, red flash attacks. It's a little bit concerning, but hasn't been a problem so far. I don't think this guy can. Divine, not bad, not bad. Okay, last wave here. We'll go ahead and throw on one last modifier. Alright, I don't know. You can check that if you want to later.
The first chance you got. For what?
Let's see. So there's the deli boss. I think we whipped the shield wall on that. I can't see where this guy is. There he is. Alright, surely we get voices, right? For all that trouble. Okay, where are you hiding? Oh, there it goes. Nah, nothing great, but we did get some good drops along the way. Let's check some of these rares. No. I'm just going to drop Lament too. Check that cannon. And I think that's it. Yeah, there's definitely more going on in Delhi. It was kind of surprising me when I did it for the first time. Like, there wasn't a lot going on inside it. Let's see, is that actually good? I think that might be good if we land some crafts, so let me put it in here.
Go on.
Hail.
Got a heavy belt, and now it's gone. Okay, those were the maps I was holding to do. Let's go ahead and do the Delhi boss just to get this out of my inventory. This won't be a showcase of the build or anything. This guy's pretty easy. And I'm pretty sure the only good drop he has is, it's one we want. It's the one that lets you socket in an augment here and lets you anoint a helm. But it's like a 2.5% drop chance or something like that.
Again and again, I will defeat you. Stay calm. This is all on my mind. Just try it. Too slow. It's time.
He did actually hit us there. I don't know what that attack is. I have a feeling if you're doing a bunch of these bosses, at this point you probably wouldn't do the Nebulok thing. But just because I'm trying to make it a general map or two, I'm still doing it.
Stupid rat! What have you done?
Wow. Amazing drops. I'm going to do a couple more of those Delhi maps, I think, and then we're going to do some expedition because I have one of the rare sagas saved up for that to do on stream here. Go ahead and close that. See, I don't think I have any more Delhi plus cleansed. Unless there's some down here. There's some down here, actually. Let's go over here. And then put our Delhi tablets back in. Still on Doriani. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah, I've only done the 2 builds so far, so kind of split my attention doing the druid, trying to get it where I was able to do Mjolnir, but then I kind of pulled my attention way back to the warrior just so I could finish the guide first. Plus, it is nice having a character I can always go to just play and farm content like the warrior, and then I can do more experimental stuff on the druid and try and figure out the best way to min-max it. Oh, that one got me. one's pretty rough. I'll have to go back and see what that was. You just buy it off trade. It's unlikely you'll find one yourself with exactly that notable. I don't know what they're going for right now. Let me just check. They're 10 divine, so it's not cheap, but it's not that expensive. Let's go over here. All right, so we're starting these at 200% deli. And again, with the triple deli tablets, they're the same difficulty as they were before the patch last night. I don't know if that's what you want to do or not. I don't know if the strat is going to be deli tablets. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, because generally you want to stack something else on top of the map, I think. But you can see with all the ailment magnitude, is like even in the high Delirium maps, you can still make the Herald of Blood work. Oh shit. I was looking off screen and jumping to the ding. Sorry. So what were you asking about Nebulock? But do I just hold it on my second weapon? The advantage of Nebulock is that you always crit when you have the endurance charge, so it lets you split your passive tree into taking crit damage on your weapon set too. When you get to the super high level, you don't have to use it. Like, you could just keep using like a really high-end mace like this, two-handed mace, and it'll be probably about the same damage. But when you're first getting going on the build, it's nice to have Nebulock just to because it's cheap and lets you split your single target and clear a lot better on the passive tree. The Remnant Explosion skill. Yeah, there's a bunch of skills that you can't make them a build on their own. All right, let's just let's go to Expedition here. I actually got a Gramir over there. I didn't know I could do that in Expedition. That's interesting. Okay, so I think we're going to go down here. I'm going to activate this. This is Alder's Saga. Let me actually see if I have a Olroth down here too. I do. I don't think I'll do Medved. And I think this one has 3 islands at the very least. So that item we just used is that expensive, like 26 Divine Saga, because it does stuff like this, where it guarantees the expeditions have these like up to 7 rune slots. We can see if we got any other valuable ones. This one's really good, up to 8. That can be a really valuable one. And that one's another 7 rune slot. And what do we got over here? Another 7. So those are all pretty good. On some of these high value ones, I probably will give myself 1 death just in case. And And then we're going to need to switch back to Jado because you want to be able to, this one right here, you want to be able to re-roll the remnants. I was doing a little bit of expedition last night, not these valuable ones, but just the basic ones. There is a noticeable difference with what they changed in the currency chests. I didn't notice too much of a difference in the remnants themselves. You still get a lot of bad ones. Neither one of those are very good. So generally expedition, you want to scout out ahead and see where you want to go. I think that was all the remnants. Yeah, so just the two that are somewhat valuable. And then I'm going to look here. Try and figure out a way we can do this and hit all the currencies. I don't know if it's even worth going over to this one. I think I might just go for a currency. And then the remnant up here. I think I'll have to do this one just because it's in the way. Oh, let me change that. Why'd I do ALK? I think that's probably going to be the last one we can reach. Yeah. Ideally, we would find an Alder Saga in one of these, but that's pretty unlikely. I've done a few of these and have yet to find one. And I know they said they changed like what the modifiers do on these, but as far as like making them more rewarding, but I haven't noticed the difference in that either.
Face me!
Yeah, these are a lot easier when we're not stacking Delirium on top. That's not good. Well, not really a whole lot in here yet. There we go. It's at least something. Okay, so this is going to be the valuable one down here. So in between here, I'm going to be changing back to Delhi and running Delhi on the in-between maps. And generally, too, if you're island hopping, you want to make sure you kill the expedition monsters, the ones that have the flagpoles in the ground on them. That's where you get the logbooks from. Oh, it's the Mirrored Fury. Huh. Well, I'll take a Fracturing Orb. That must be from the Doriani proc. I didn't know it could actually spawn that boss in here, though. So I have it in the title there, but today is going to be a shorter stream, so probably another hour, and then I'll be heading out. Unfortunately, I just have some real-life stuff to take care of, and also want to start editing some of the videos, so I can't stay live on YouTube for too long. But I did kind of feel like streaming today, and I have the guide updated, and I can show off the in-game character, so I figured why not do it for a couple hours here. Alright, so here's our expedition. We want to make sure if we get good remnants, we do them, but for the most part, took a heavy stun there. We're just wanting to get, and again, because I'm not paying attention, we just want to get the flagged monsters down here in the ground. That's where the logbooks come from. Clear the sky, then we'll do this. I don't think there's any great, like, high density areas here. Go there, and call it good.
Feel my wrath. Get me.
I remember they changed something about the Tomb of the Fallen Knight too. I can't remember exactly what. Let's go ahead and do him. Oh, was not expecting Delirium monsters in here. I think it might be just he's guaranteed to drop a logbook, which is nice. We'll take that. Are you talking in general it's kind of low, or do you mean like it looks low to you when I'm mapping? Because in general, yeah, it's pretty low. That's why you want to figure out a way to make it do damage, because having the first of all, it's just a really comfy skill because it's a damage circle around you, but it also blocks all the attacks when you're using it. Let's see, and I need to remember to click that and get my splinters at the end of the map. Once resonating shield hits hard enough, it breaks shield wall with one hit. While you're going through levels and gearing the character up, it might take a couple hits, or you can use shield charge down there too. Occasionally I still use that as well. Got one more in-between map here. But the other thing too is you're gearing up the character, like, and if you feel resting is low, just keep in mind, like this is like high delirium, what I'm showing right now. If you're just doing like the ritual farm and stuff, we're not putting Deli on top of the map, it's going to be a lot easier for you. You don't have as high of a threshold to hit with resonating. But once you get it going, this is why we're using resonating, is just because you can hold, move, and just destroy everything. Sometimes rares, if you want to go fast, you drop down a shield wall, but you also have attack speed on that. I'm going to skip that researchers. Do you have a rage? That can be the other thing, is depending on your breakpoint, you might need to be full rage before it breaks the shield wall. Like, it's a lot of little things adding up together that gives resonating its damage. You do. I mean, if you want, I can take a look at it in either Path or PoE Ninja or Path to Building. I do at least have a small Discord channel now where you can post that and I'll take a look. It's in the description of the video, or if you give me a second, I'll post it for you. Well, I did update the Crimson Assault version. I know it probably needs a little bit more iteration because I just did it last night, but you just don't think it's very clear on the gear requirements for switching. I can go back and review it. Part of the problem with that, though, is on the high end of gearing, everybody's gear is a little bit different. So I just kind of put in what your threshold on like the shield levels and everything should be. I just didn't want people going too early, because when you're pathing around the outside of the tree, it's really strong, but you need the gear to be able to back that up. If you go too early, it can actually be weaker than picking up some of the stuff in the tree. Okay, you do these remnants, and then we'll move on.
Let's try!
It can be enough if you have the gear to back it up ahead of time, but if you're like going through the natural progression of the character, you'll probably be a little bit higher than level 90 when you switch. It's kind of hard to say. Like, depends if it's like your second character and you have a bunch of divines saved up to spend, or if it's your first character and again you're just trying to go through it. If you're solo self-bound, that's definitely going to mean it's going to take longer. Yeah, that's pretty nice. He always drops the logbook now. What are these going for right now? Still 1.5 divs. That's not too bad. Oh, I need to go back to that map in that Delirium. Pick up the splinters. 176 splinters. You can probably make it work if you're pretty careful with spinning those divines and picking stuff up cheap, but it's probably going to be kind of at that threshold where you may have trouble. I would probably stay on the level 90 version that I have on the Mobile X is still very strong. I would probably stay on that for a little bit longer, farm up some more currency, and then switch. I just think if you're not super familiar with the build and you try and do it, you could easily spend like a lot on like one piece of gear and not have enough left over for everything else. Not concentrating here. So let's switch out the tablets. Put these back in. And then I do need to make sure I'm not doing 0 revives, because we want at least a little bit of a safety net when we're doing these really valuable like 8 rune slot expeditions here. And we want to make sure you go back to Jado for the reroll of the remnants. And let's go. This is probably the most valuable one on here, so hopefully we get something good. Yeah, it depends on how familiar you are with the game and like what changes you can make to the build along the way. If you are, then yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff and you can go pretty early. And none of those are very good. That wasn't my 8, was it? That was my 8. That's unfortunate. There's a 7. Another 7. None of these are good. Up here, there. This better be good. That's pretty good. Let's see, was it this one? I'm gonna look up on PoE Ninja real quick, the prices, because I don't know what Expedition's doing. Yeah, so Celestial Alloy right now is about 3 div. So we'll do that. that's it. Oh, there's one more down here. I can't remember if I checked this. One divine. I think we're probably going to have to pass on that, unfortunately. All right, let's see. The best way to do this is... we're up here, right? Yep. I'll go ahead and grab that. I don't know if I'll be able to reach that down there. Yeah, not quite. What was this again? Oh, this is the one I did really want, so... This was chaos. That's unfortunate. No, I'm just gonna have to pass on that.
Just try it.
Yeah, let's see if that was worth anything. Part of the problem on some of these maps with the exceptional items, like specifically the boots, is I'm pretty sure those dropped as level 80, so they're not going to be able to roll the highest level of movement speed. Hopefully we at least get a little bit of currency from one of these actual monsters here. Because otherwise this is not a fantastic expedition. It kind of depends on what the market's doing, and I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's just the market has been really weird this league, or at least I feel it's been really weird. I think there's a lot of price fixing and like botting and stuff. That's always the case, but especially noticeable this league. I'm just thinking some of the prices in my head, like that From Nothing Jewel is 10 div by itself. So it's like maybe save up 80 or so, and I think you'll be okay. You won't be using Mage Blood or Headhunter. You'll be using the, it's actually more DPS, but it's the Riseloftus Coil. So your move speed will be a little bit lower, but it'll actually work and be more DPS. I think I have in the guide, it's like you want the good armor value shield, you want all these sources of plus levels, and you want a radius jewel with the a good radius jewel with like ailment magnitude on it. And you need to figure out a way to get rage on hit as well, or rage one hit. That can be an option too. You get some of that from the tree, but usually it's not enough to sustain. Oh, missed a currency chest up here.
Yes. Hello, goodbye.
Okay, can go straight into another one of these here. I think I might need to grab a... Oh, no, I can just do it in inventory. There we go. Well, you want to be careful about looking at the DPS when it's in here. It's like, even with all my gear, you can see it's 12k. It's like, that's not super high. But you have a lot of ailment magnitude, and you have a lot of stuff you get when you're standing next to a monster. With a constricting command, you'll see that DPS double. But a lot of it is ailment magnitude, so that's not going to show up. Okay, this looks like a good one. That's a very good one. What else do we got here? Anything good? Ooh, yes. Give me that. This is what we're really looking for. Like, if we keep getting these, we can keep doing these juiced expeditions. Or you can sell them if you're just needing divines. I think that was it, and we probably don't want to be trying to like optimize around the currency on this. We probably just want to make sure we're getting the high value remnants here, so we're going to go over here first. I can kind of hit some of the currency on the way down. Alright, I don't even know if I care to go back up there. I don't think I do.
Let the past rise again. I'm ready.
Yeah, the fluxes are pretty useful. They're a little bit weird with how they convert everything all at once. Sometimes on my stuff, if you're like in the middle of a craft and you haven't finished it yet, use it before you finish the craft so you can have two separate resistances. That was an awfully easy remnant for something so valuable. No, you don't care what the mace's damage is. I said at the start of the video, but I'll say it again in this part of the stream too. I have a recording of how you do the mace craft. It'll be part of the full video when I get that out, but in the meantime, I'll just upload that section by itself and post it as an unlisted video, and I'll add that to the description of the VOD here. I'll also post it in the Discord too. I just need a small edit on it and they'll be able to get it out. Alright, well, that was a good one. Where is the saga? There it is. Yeah, so they've actually gone down a bit. They were 26 yesterday, but they're 24 divs.
Speak.
It's the expensive part is getting the base. So you need a base that has a fractured +5. If you want the one that has the man on kill, you need to do that. If you are going blood magic, you can actually not do that, and then it's a little bit cheaper because you don't have to worry about the fracture. But once you get that, it's pretty much deterministic. There's like one part of the craft that's like a 3 in 4 chance for it to go correctly and a 1 in 4 for it to go poorly. But even if that happens, all it means is you have to chaos spam for the mana on kill again. I think we added one more, but we got to travel to it, so we'll go back to the Delirium setup here. Giant's Blood ends up being about 20 to 25% more damage, depending on where your build is at. You can still make it work with a one-handed mace and build more defensive if you want. Sometimes that's the way I prefer to play too. Depends on what content you're doing. I just think for like Delirium, probably need to go Giant's Blood. Maybe not though. I could try pushing the one-handed thing further and seeing how far it can go. Looks like we might have a couple of decent remnants in this one. Let's see. Nope, not there. There we go. That's nice. Let's see if we can get a logbook too. That's quite a few monsters. One thing I'm not exactly clear on with how Deli works is I think it does increase like the drops, because you can see like those guys are spawning with some of the Deli mods, but I don't know if that increases like drops of like logbooks or not. It's probably not something anybody's done any testing on. That particular mace base, because it's a lower strength requirement, and because you don't care about the DPS of the mace, you use a lower level. It's still a high item level, but a lower level mace because it has a lower strength requirement. So you can see here it says requires 281 strength, and I don't have to have a less attributes roll down here in the suffixes. You can use other ones if you want, it just means you're probably going to have more strength. No, it doesn't. That I'm like 99% sure is not correct. I even checked it in game after he said that because I wanted to be sure. I didn't like analyze anything frame by frame, but I put on several different maces with different speeds and checked the in-game attack speed of the shield skills. It doesn't change it. And with the way everything else works, it shouldn't, because the attack speed roll there is local to the weapon. It's the same as like leech on weapon is local to the weapon, so shield skills won't get the leech. Same with actually even like crit damage and stuff. Shield skills won't get the crit damage. I'm gonna have to liquidate some stuff after stream ends here. We got just a bunch of random crap, all those emotions, logbooks, and some other things we need to sell.
You are worthy.
Oh, I keep forgetting I need to hit that button to get my splinters. Hey Yossi, how's it going? Or Yosif. How you I assume you mean how you generate endurance charges, not power charges. It's from Magma Barrier here, so Magma Barrier, when you have a block with it, it gives you an endurance charge. That can only happen once every 8 seconds, and then you have charge perfusion and like impact and stuff on here that can generate you more. I actually need to fix that. Yeah, I need to fix some of the stuff I'm missing some in. Anyway, so it's Magma Barrier, but then also in the main tree, you take this node here, so that when you heavy stun a boss or a rare, you get another charge there too. Makes it a bit easier. When you're at the higher gear level, it doesn't matter quite as much. But generally speaking, you block one attack and then throw down your shield wall and then blow it up and the boss is dead. Which one is that? Is that the one? Medved falling. Is that the one that's the area of effect and more damage when it's a single target? Or am I thinking of a different one? It's still not clear to me sometimes, these freaking mirrors and where they're supposed to be spawning. The little compass thing could use some work. I have no idea where that is, so I'm not going to waste time trying to find it. I'll look it up, just to make sure we're talking about the same thing afterwards. After I finish this map. Because I was thinking the one I'm thinking of might be like Verona or something. don't think any of these remnants are very good. We're just going to target the monsters for some logbooks. I don't think there's any area on here that's particularly good. Go there, go back here, go up here.
Come get me!
You can do Berserk. It's pretty decent DPS. When I checked it in POB, it was like, it depends on your gear, but probably like 12 to 20% more damage, something like that. If you can sustain it, sure. Yeah, we actually got a logbook.
Steel yourself! You are truly a god.
Yeah, but on bosses like this, it can sometimes be annoying to do the Nebulok thing, because you need to get that charge by blocking an attack like that. So a lot of warriors aren't even messing with it when they're on the high-end version. I'm still optimizing for move speed, so I'm doing it. But you don't have to if you don't want to. This isn't going to be worth anything, right? Yeah, no. All right, let me check which one you're talking about here. Which, okay, let me go back to your comment here. Which skill were you using this in? You're using it on shield wall, okay. Per 5 rage, you have about... I mean, that's sustainable, because you're probably leeching it right back. %10 of max. So you're gaining rage through this lineage. And then it has a bunch of extra attack speed. I can see where it'd be a pretty good mapping option. Kind of depends on what you're wanting to go for and where you're at. Let me check. I don't have like the... Because ideally, if you're doing Nebulok, you would go Garacons. I don't have Garacons yet. I don't have any attack speed. Are you... Yeah. I can see it. It's a valid option. Before life loss? No, I'm pretty sure life loss is just life loss. Doesn't get mitigated by armor. It's not hit damage. All right, let me do some quick inventory cleanup, and then we'll jump into that next map here.
Go.
Oh, I need that. And then I need one waystone that's not crazy. And then we'll do the last grand expedition here. I always forget, in the Titan inventory, you can't hold control to put them in here. You have to manually drag them over. I don't know why they programmed it that way, but they did. And switch back to Jade over here.
Once a battlefield, so it shall be again.
Not real. Not real.
Got a random rogue exile here. One of those that likes to run away from you and do nothing.
Out of mana.
Oh my god. With my gear level, this should not be taking this long. It's because he keeps barely going out of the shield wall range. Alright, what do we got? Actually, you know what? If I'm going down there, Orba chance is not too bad. Masterwork's alright. There should be a 7 in here somewhere. I think that was on the map. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's not very good. I have a hard time keeping all these straight inside my head before I go to actually blow them up. Alright, so we're just going to go down to the right. Go ahead and pick that up. Sure, 2 chaos. Probably not perfect, but good enough.
I'm ready.
I'm doing man on kill, but you have the option of going blood pact if you want, because I know a lot of people don't like playing that way. Okay, we're missing some little guy off in the corner. I mean, if you don't want to go blood magic, you could do partial conversion or something too. There's some, let me pull it up here. There's some stuff you can even do on, pull up PoE 2DB. So there's some stuff you could get on Radius Jewels. think it's on Ruby here. It's like you can get stuff like this compared to life costs. And if you have this in 6 notables, that'll decrease it some. But I think for most people, if you're struggling with that, just go blood magic. I don't have a problem with it, and I don't mind pushing my mana pot. Yeah, it's basically what I'm running too. Is I have the I still have mana leech on the ring, I have mana on kill on the weapon, and I have mana on kill on the Heart of the Well. But life on kill is very strong too if you're going blood magic, so there's always that option. I kind of see it split when I look on PoE Ninja. I see a lot of people staying mana, I see a lot of people doing blood magic. Yeah, I mean, I say it's solved, but it is a problem with the game itself that we're pushing all the plus levels so high and the mana costs aren't a linear scaled value. They kind of start to go up and up and up. I have a feeling they'll address some of that in the next patch because I think they still need to hit the plus levels that were stacking more than they did this patch. And I think they probably will. And hopefully when they do that, they just readjust the values on a lot of stuff too, so we don't need the plus levels as much. I just think Titan is the way to go on this build because the way I'm like, I'll show you here as soon as I get this pack. The way I have kind of min-max this is towards movement speed and clear, and I just think Smith can't do that. If you're wanting to put a version of Smith together first, you can. It'll be more defensive, easier to solve your resistances, but it's like with Titan, you can do stuff like this, like these small nodes over here between Titan and the Jewel here is like these are 5% increased movement speed apiece. These nodes up here getting multiplied by Titan, like these are the best reduced movement speed penalty nodes in the game, but they only work for Resonating Shield basically. It's like all that seems small, but like and then we're using Constricting Command too, and you get a bonus on that. It's like it all adds up really quick. And then we're also armor stacking, and yeah, Titan is just the best pick overall.
Go on. Go.
You don't need to delete it or anything. It's just, that's just my opinion. You can go Smith, it's fine.
Can I help? Good.
Okay, so I think I'm going to take a short break here, and then it should only be a few minutes, and I'll come back and we'll probably have about 30 more minutes of stream. As I mentioned earlier, only have a little bit of time today that I'm going to be streaming and have some stuff to do. But I'll be right back, and then I'll probably stop Expedition because we got the clear on that. We'll probably do some more Delhi stuff and maybe some ritual stuff when I get back.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. There is no glory in winning with the borrowed blade. All these truths the emperor decrees. None are more powerful than these. By the goddess for ambition, be aware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. Beware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. He will meet you at the labyrinth and make you cross his path. Can you make it out alive, or will you fall for his trap? Can you make it out alive, or will you fall for his trap? The weary traveler draws close to the path. There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear. All these truths the emperor decrees. None are more powerful than these. By the goddess, what ambition. Beware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. To strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. There is no glory in winning with the borrowed blade. is what ambition. Be aware that there's a golden key, there's a golden door. Beware.
Okay, I'm back here. So let's go back over to the main section of the Atlas here. I was in the middle of doing some of these. There's nothing good on the rituals I have here, but I want to finish them so we can get another one going. Let's go ahead and get our ritual tablets out then. I've been selling the really valuable ones, but I'm just going to run something. Let's see. Something. We'll do this. I don't like reading, so we'll do that. Monster rarity. Increased tribute, sure. We'll do those. I think I still have plenty of these corrupted maps. And then we'll switch back to Doriani here for the effectiveness, irradiation, and then hopefully we can jump around maps too if we get the 10% proc. Oh, and I forgot some of these are 200% deli, so we're still doing that, I guess. I was thinking I might do the ritual to show off some of the not quite as juiced mapping showcase and how that works, but oh well, we'll just keep doing deli. I don't know if there's a reason to do rituals in 200% deli or not, but we're going to be doing it. You should be able to make Smith work. It's just not going to be as strong overall. But you can do the basics of the build when you get into maps on Ascended, so it doesn't have to be Titan. I don't think I would have most people like be that. I wouldn't recommend that be what like most people do, but you can do it. Can you guys even tell what's going on when you watch a screen like this? Like I swear, like it is crazy how much they have added on to the maps this league. Well, something hit me there. This is why I think mana on kill is fine, is just because there's a lot of mechanics like this that just swarm you with different enemies, so usually it's not a problem. If you have some low density situations, it can be kind of annoying sometimes. I'm not clicking those splinters individually. We're not doing that. Need to take those off the filter. I do have one valuable omen there that we're trying to defer. We might actually be able to, I think we got one more ritual. We might be able to get it on this map. Definitely getting a lot of tribute. Let's see, and usually the last one on these is, oh, he actually took a heavy stun there. That's rare, so if you don't watch it and you just keep going, you can run into that. Generally, it's not going to build up enough because it'll drop between packs. Yeah, here's the last ritual. I'm pretty sure this guy can still one-shot us, so we do need to be careful. And I guess we need to be careful on the ritual here too. Because now that guy's going to spawn in. Occasionally he'll still catch me by surprise because he'll do that one-shot attack right away when he spawns. There's like 50k armor and it still goes through it.
We build. My flesh is unimportant.
There he is. Yeah, I think we're in the clear from here. So you can see my stun bar is building up. If you want to drop it, you can drop down shield wall and just shield charge into it instead of constantly using resonating. Alright, 26k tribute. That should be enough for the omen up here, so just gonna go ahead and buy that. I don't think there's anything else. We got some belts there, but not the ones we're looking for. I'll probably just re-roll this. Yeah, not really anything. The best supports depend on where you're at in the build. Like right now I'm running super critical because I'm doing the Nebulok version. Oh, I need to fix this. I kept saying that.
What is
Let me fix my intelligence here. I need to get a couple more points of that. Okay, there we go. So like right now I'm running super critical because we're doing Nebulok. But if you're also doing Nebulok, you could use Garcons, and that would be best in slot. Kind of depends on where you're at in the build. If you're coming into maps, a lot of times you have rapid attacks in here, just to make it easier when you're mapping to use shield wall. you can check out the guide. I have the different levels and what is socket and shield wall. Where were we? Right here. I think this is the next one.
I'm ready! Steel yourself!
Yeah, really likes putting these rituals in these corners like this. Actually kind of worked in my favor there because they're just running into me. Yeah, there's a 9 there. Grab that. It is current. It might need some more iteration because the in-game version, Crimson Assault version, just got added last night. So if I get any feedback on that, or if I have some other ideas, things I want to change, it might be continue to be updated, but it should be pretty good. Also in the description here of the live stream, there should be the link to my current character, because he doesn't have absolutely everything that's in the guide there, just most of it. He's missing like levels on the gloves and just says the ailment stuff, but most of it's my gear I have myself. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, there's an argument for Warbringer in campaign with the war cries, because that can make it easier to just blow up shield wall. I usually just, because it doesn't take very long to go through campaign, just skip the first trial and do it in Act 3, and then go back to the trial in Act 2 and get Titan. If you're level 80, I would definitely recommend you switch. Like, we were just talking about like whether you could go Smith earlier. Like, I think even Smith makes more sense to me. Warbringer does have some strengths, but I think once you get into maps, just like Titan's kind of hard to beat. Unless you need to, like, you're going solo self-bound and you want to go like Smith to make gearing and resists easier, or it's like League start and same logic. You want to go Smith to make that stuff easier. But I think if you switch to Titan at this point, you'll probably notice the difference. The Oracle build, it kind of unfortunately got put on hold, just simply because I decided I needed to finish up the Titan guide. If I were to do it over again, I'd probably just start Warrior. Like, I think I split my attention too much, and it's causing both builds to come out slower than they really should. But it works really well. He's on a different setup that I've kind of talked about a little bit, so he's going Intelligence, stacking mana, because when you use Milner, it makes Arc have no mana cost, so you can then go Archmage, and that makes that free. And then you also take Mind Over Matter, because all you need to do is hit Resonating a few times. You can leave it low level, and then that triggers the Arc, which is free, so you don't need to worry as much about mana regen. The one thing I'm not sure is whether he can do like stuff like this, because he doesn't have as much stun threshold is the Titan here. So when you like do 200% deli, I don't know how that's going to go. Like, usually he just kills everything really quickly, but the stun gauge does build up a lot quicker. So if you're going too quick, that could be an issue. He's kind of taken apart right now. But as soon as I finish the guide for the Warrior here, I'll be going back to him. Hopefully pretty soon, because I think people really like what I have with that build when I get it out. I don't like Avatar and Fire in the in-game, just because the math on Avatar of Fire doesn't work very well. It like really cuts your damage. If you're trying to do something really specific with it, then it can be good. I have one more ritual here, but I forgot to look where the last one was pointing towards. I'm assuming it's somewhere over here. There it is.
Just try it.
This is like more tribute than I've ever seen. Like 37,000 tribute. That's crazy.
Recoil. We build.
Ah, that guy. Come on. There you go. Yeah, that was a lot. there's probably not even anything good in here. Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing. I don't think anybody wants these, yeah. And I'll throw one of those in my stash and whatever. There's nothing in this ritual. Yeah, I haven't looked too much into that that new wand and what you can do with shields with it, but I put together some weird stuff before that I haven't shown with like Adonia's ego and shields, because you can do the whole power charge stacking thing. It wasn't good enough to show, but that is the cool thing, is you can use all different types of weapons with shield skills, including wands. What were they doing with that? Were they... I'm not quite sure. I'll look into that, because that sounds interesting. I'm just, off the top of my head, I can't think of what direction I would go with that.
Speak.
You could also go Umbral Well, and you can stack a bunch of AoE with it, and you can, yeah, you can do crazy stuff with it. I'm just not sure which direction I would push it to. Alright, I probably need to cut myself off here soon, so I'd say like 10 to 15 more minutes here, and then unfortunately I'll have to end the stream. I think that was the last of our rituals there. Let's actually go back to just doing the Delhi tablets for the last few maps here. Oh, yeah, go for it. I don't know if you can do it on YouTube, but if you're on the Discord, you can post a link there. YouTube might not let you do it, I'm not sure. Oh. Yep. That was a bit too much. I got heavy stun there. Generally something like this, so Sterns, Bleed, Poison, Heft, and Close Combat. That's kind of your bread and butter. You can kind of adjust that a little bit to your preference, like if you wanted more stun threshold and your damage is okay, you can put Steadfast back in there too. If you want more mobility, you can put in mobility. a lot of what you see killing stuff is the heralds and ailment magnitudes, so you just need the resonating shield to be high enough where it feels comfortable for you to play, and then you can start adjusting it. Oh, got something back there.
None may leave this accursed island. Be still. Do not believe his lies.
Let's see. Did you link it in YouTube chat there? Or... Yeah, I unfortunately don't see it. I've gone through on my end, and I don't know if it's the setting. I just don't know where it's located, or if YouTube just automatically does that. But it seems to not allow links from most people. There's if you're still interested in sharing it, I'll link the Discord here. You can join this and link it to me. Or if it's too much hassle, no worries. Oh, we're off of the 200% deli, so it's just going to explode these maps now. I think I forgot to run into the mirror at the start. You could just drop it in general.
Come on now. Let's hit this.
Your way has no place here, Caribou.
Yep, I see it. I'll take a look at it here in just a second.
My love, I called.
Shield wall DPS on the character sheet is going to show pretty low, like 14k, but you can obviously see it's a lot higher than that. I haven't gone back and POB and checked in a while. All right, let me check out this guy. You said set it to week 2, is that correct? Sometimes can be hard to figure out what exactly they're doing. Just looking at this, so I see it's a bunch of extra damage. Attack speed, rage. And he doesn't even have a crazy shield. So that's just tank and spirit. I bet you it's this. I bet you he's just running around and... Well, maybe not, because doesn't that skill require a lot of mana? He's only 893. Maybe he's not using that. Yeah, because he can't use that unless there's something I'm missing. Yeah, maybe he's just running around with Resonating and it's doing a crap ton of damage and he has a bunch of AoE. I'd have to look deeper into that in like Path of Building or see a video or something. It looks interesting. Like this item is crazy. Like all that gain is extra. And that will work with shields. Okay, I'll do one more map run here, and then I think we'll call the stream there. Go back to... Oh, here we go. Perfect. Ravine. Best map ever. With that much gain is extra, it's probably not that harsh. Gain is extra is really, really strong with shield skills because you get so much flat damage from your armor value. Yeah, I was looking at maybe doing Trinity and my Mjolnir setup on the Druid too. I think you kind of need that on some builds. Really strong, I just don't know. Sometimes it's like you can have all the DPS in the world, and just because you don't have the AoE or anything else going on, it's strong, but it doesn't feel great to play. Not saying that's the case for his, because usually when you see people like that, it's like they kind of know what they're doing if they're spending all the currency on something like that. There's a lot of nonsense going on in this map. I suppose I'll break that. You can see I do start to get a bit more resistance from the monsters. When we get further in the map, they start getting more effectiveness, more health. I'm just about to get heavy stun there. Gotta drop the stun bar. And now we're good. That could be a problem with linear maps, is you're not paying attention and you're just going through it quickly, not watching that. I think that'll be a pretty good one to end it on. Alright guys, so I'm going to end it for today. Again, the guide on Mobalytics is updated with the Crimson Assault build that we're running. I hope to have a video soon. I don't know exactly when that will be. Probably a few days to a week out. Kind of depends on how much time I can squeeze into my schedule to work on that. But hope you enjoyed the stream today. If you are interested, we do also have the Discord that's available now too. I posted that in comments. I'll post it one more time here. So if you do have any questions about the build or want me to take a look at it, I have a channel for that. And you can post it in there and I'll take a look when I have time. But I think that's it for today. I will maybe see you next week, maybe not. Kind of depends on if I, again, have time in between making that video. So that's it for today. Have a good one, and maybe we'll see you next week. Take care.